Hi there. Today hopefully I'm going to be able to show you how to make a very simple face covering. Show you one. When it's on, just press the sides in and it will create a nice seal. They always get caught on my glasses. The thing to remember about face coverings is it won't protect you from the coronavirus. It's to stop you transmitting, if you're asymptomatic, the virus to other people. So if everybody's got one on, 1 metre distance. If some people haven't, then it's best to stay 2 metres apart. Right, first things first, what you're going to need is some material, preferably 700 thread count. This is a piece from a pillowcase. Now the dimensions are 9 inches or 22 centimetres by 16 inches or 40 centimetres. If you want to use a fancy fabric on the outside and a plain fabric on the inside, then just make your fabric 9 inches by 8 inches. Okay? You're also going to need 2 pieces of tape, roughly 5 inches or 12 centimetres in length, 1 centimetre or half an inch in width. And it can be ribbon, it can be bias binding, and I've just used plain woven tape. And the elastic. It can be the flat 3mm in-depth elastic, or it can be the 1mm circular elastic. I prefer this, but both work equally well. Once you've got everything, the first thing to do, if you're using one piece of fabric, is fold it in half. When you're putting your fabric together, make sure the right sides are on the inside. So now you're going to pin across the top, and if you've used 2 pieces of fabric, across the bottom, and then sew. You can do them by hand or you can do them on the machine. I must admit, as the material gets thicker as we folded it, it is easier to do on a machine. Although if you've got a thimble, or what I prefer to use is just the cork side of a coaster on a firm surface to push my needle onto to get it through the material. Okay? When you've sewn it, turn it the right way out. Make sure you've got nice crisp seams, both ends. If you've used 2 pieces of fabric, you can either rub it and pin it or iron it. I'm going to pin mine. You will notice when you're putting pins in, you will get holes in your fabric. Excuse me, they're not actually holes, but just the threads pushed out of place. So just rub it with your thumbnail and they'll disappear. Right, when you've got that ready, the next thing to put in is your pleats. So I use 3 pleats, although you can use 4 narrower ones. So you put your pleat in and pin it. Don't pin too close to the edge, otherwise you're just going to have to move them when you come to sew. So, trying to do this upside down isn't easy. Your second pleat in. Again, if you're struggling to get the pins through, use something on a flat, firm surface to push down and they'll go through no problem. So I'll just show you this one. If you can see it. No, you can't see it. Hang on. Obviously this will be on a table. You just push and through it comes. And then your last pleat, if you're only doing 3. There we go. Now you can, if you wish, tack the pleats in or iron them in. The next step is you take your tape, which I've lost. No, I've dropped it on the floor. And place it on the edge, on the front facing side. There we go. And then you pin it. You need to put your tape just so it's over the edge, peeking over the edge, because this is going to hold all these frayed bits in. When you've done that on both sides, you sew it. So you'll end up with something looking like this. You can either sew in or tie off, or you lose threads. It's as well to tie them off or sew them in, just because you don't want it all coming undone. Okay, we all got to this stage. The next is putting the elastic in. As I've said, you can use the flat elastic or the round elastic. You place your elastic roughly on where your line of stitches are. Okay, then you roll it over. See if I can show you that. There we go, and your elastic's here. Then, without catching your elastic on your pins, you're going to fold in the edges. And then sew along the inner edge of your tape, bias binding or ribbon. I would sew across it twice, just to make sure it holds firm. So you do that at both ends. Then you will have a face mask. Once you've adjusted your elastic to what suits you best, I prefer 9 inches, but some people 10 inches or even 11 inches. It depends on the size of your face and whether you're using an ear protector. Once you've tied your elastic to a size that suits you, you can just swizzle it round to hide the knots. And there you are, one face covering. Bye!